Hidden deep inside your brain, smaller than a grain of rice, sits a cluster of 20,000 neurons that controls every aspect of your physical and mental performance. This tiny region determines when you feel hungry, when you feel alert, when your body temperature rises and falls, and when you naturally want to sleep or wake up. It is called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, and 99% of people have never learned how to program it correctly. This is why you feel tired at random times, why your energy crashes in the afternoon, and why some days you wake up refreshed while other days you feel exhausted even after 8 hours of sleep. Your master clock is running on the wrong schedule, and I am about to show you exactly how to fix it. The suprachiasmatic nucleus is essentially a biological timepiece that evolved to keep your body synchronized with the 24-hour day-night cycle. But here is what most people do not understand: this clock does not automatically know what time it is. It has to be told through specific environmental signals, and the most important signal is light hitting your eyes at the right times. When light enters your eyes, it travels through your optic nerve directly to this master clock. The intensity, timing, and color of that light literally reprograms your entire circadian system. This is why people who work night shifts have higher rates of depression, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. Their master clock is constantly confused about when it should be day versus night. But you do not have to work night shifts to have a confused circadian system. Modern life destroys natural light exposure in ways that sabotage your internal timing. You wake up in a dark room, spend all day under artificial lights that are too dim to register as daytime, then expose yourself to bright screens at night that trick your brain into thinking the sun is still up. This creates what researchers call chronodisruption, a state where your master clock cannot maintain proper timing. The result is that your hormones, neurotransmitters, and cellular processes fall out of sync with each other and with the external world. But here is the incredible part. You can completely reprogram this system in just 2 weeks using a simple light exposure protocol that costs nothing and works for everyone. The key is understanding that your suprachiasmatic nucleus responds most strongly to bright light in the morning and complete darkness at night. The contrast between these two states is what maintains healthy circadian rhythms. Here is the exact protocol that sleep researchers use to reset circadian clocks. Within 30 minutes of waking up, get outside and expose your eyes to natural sunlight for at least 10 minutes. You do not need to stare at the sun. Just being outdoors with your eyes open is enough. Even on cloudy days, natural outdoor light is 10 to 100 times brighter than indoor lighting. This morning light exposure sends a powerful signal to your master clock that the day has begun. Your brain will start producing cortisol to increase alertness, suppress melatonin production, and begin the cascade of hormonal changes that create natural energy and focus. But the morning light is only half the equation. You also need to minimize light exposure for at least 2 hours before your intended bedtime. This means dimming all lights in your home, avoiding screens, or using blue light blocking glasses if you must use devices. The goal is to allow your master clock to detect that night is approaching so it can begin producing melatonin and preparing your body for sleep. Have you ever noticed how camping for a few days automatically fixes your sleep schedule? That is because camping exposes you to the natural light-dark cycle that your master clock evolved to follow. Bright sunlight during the day, complete darkness at night, and no artificial light confusion. You can recreate this effect at home by becoming very intentional about your light exposure patterns. But there is an advanced technique that makes this system even more powerful. You can use light timing to shift your natural sleep-wake preferences. If you are naturally a night owl who wants to become a morning person, gradually move your light exposure earlier each day. If you are a morning person who needs to stay up later for work or social reasons, you can delay your light exposure accordingly. This is called chronotherapy, and it allows you to consciously design your optimal daily rhythm instead of being stuck with whatever pattern you accidentally created. The science behind this is fascinating. Your master clock does not actually run on a 24-hour cycle. It runs slightly longer, closer to 24.2 hours. This means that without environmental signals, your bedtime would naturally drift later and later each day. Light exposure in the morning acts like a reset button that keeps your internal clock synchronized with the actual day-night cycle. Most people are unknowingly allowing their clocks to drift because they get insufficient morning light and too much evening light. This creates a constant state of mini jet lag that destroys sleep quality and daytime performance. The solution is not complicated, but it does require consistency. For the next 14 days, commit to getting bright light exposure within 30 minutes of waking up and minimizing light exposure 2 hours before bed. Set reminders on your phone if necessary. Track how you feel each day in terms of energy, mood, and sleep quality. Most people notice significant improvements within the first week and dramatic improvements by the end of 2 weeks. This is not about taking supplements or buying expensive devices. This is about working with the most fundamental biological rhythm that controls human health and performance. Your master clock wants to help you feel amazing. You just need to give it the right signals at the right times. If you want to learn more advanced circadian optimization techniques that can transform your energy, focus, and overall health, follow this channel and hit the notification bell. I am going to show you exactly how to use light, temperature, and timing to hack your biology for peak performance. What time do you naturally want to go to bed, and what time do you wish you could go to bed? Share in the comments below.